Hello, everyone. Welcome to Morning English. This is Colin.
Hello, everybody. This is Summer. 欢迎大家收听早安英文。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
Hey Colin, I was watching an American movie last night, and the guy said, "I'm fixing to buy a new car." And I'm lost. 这我就没有听懂电影里的一句话 Fixing, 它不是修理的意思吗？ Fixing to buy a new car. Is it fixing something to make money to buy the new car?
Yeah, well, that's a southern way of speaking. It's not fixing, it's pronounced fixin', with no G on the end. When you're fixing to do something, you're about to do it, and it will get done, although it might take a long time.
所以这里的 I'm fixing to buy a new car 并不是真的 fixing， 它是美国南部的一种说法，其实就是想说我要去买一辆新车 I'm going to buy a new car.
Yeah, you know, the American South has its own dialect and culture, and some native English speakers think the Southern dialect could be its own language in need of translation.
所以在美国南方的英语啊，就跟中国各地的方言一样，大家都听不懂。So, do you understand the American Southern dialect?
Yeah, well, mostly. I spent some time there and have heard at least the most common ways they speak, but every now and then I'll hear a phrase or saying I've never heard before, but usually I can understand it through context.
So, what's your favorite one?
Well, one time when I paid a surprise visit to a guy I hadn't seen in years, when he saw me, he said, "Well, tie me to an anthill and smear my ears with honey."What?
Anthill? Ant? 就是有 Colin 一个很久不见老朋友见到你，他就对你说把我绑到蚂蚁窝上，然后用这个蜂蜜涂满我的耳朵。那他到底是开心还是不开心？ What does that mean?
Well, it was just his way of saying how surprised he was to see me. Like if you had tied him to an anthill and put honey on his ears so the ants would bite him, it wouldn't be more surprising than seeing me in that moment.
Got it. 所以他其实就是见到你真的很开心 And you just understood.
Yeah, although I'd never heard it before. It was really easy to understand what he meant because of the context, his body language, the happiness to see me. And it's a great phrase, though. I've never forgotten it.
而且我觉得这个词读起来特别有韵律 I really like the rhythm of it.
Yeah.Tie me to an anthill and smear my ears with honey.
Smear my ears with honey. You have to tell us more about today.
All right.
所以我们今天要来讲的呢，就是美国南方的一些地区方言啊，还有表达。那这个南方到底是指哪些地方呢？ Like, what are the southern places?
Well, if you were to cut America in half, north and south, it's everything below that except for Florida, which is south, and the west coast. We're actually talking about the places that were against the North in the American Civil War.
Okay, 所以就像当时南北大战里面那个南方和北方的分界，所以呢我们讲就是南部的这些地方语言呢还是有差异化的。Okay, so are there some sayings that we should know because they're very common?
Oh yeah, and you mentioned one already, fixin' to.But maybe the most important one you need to know is it's not really a phrase, it's a word. Y'all.
Y'all.
Right. It's a contraction of you and all. In English, we don't have a plural form of you, so some places have made their own. In New York, some people say yous, like adding an S. But in the South, they added all to the word you.
对，在英文里面这个你和你们都是 you， 所以为了强调呢，比如你看纽约人他们就会说成 yous， 然后在南部呢，这个其实我觉得大家应该在电影啊美剧里听过很多次啊，就会变成 you all， 所以给一群人打招呼就会说 How are you all doing?
Right, except you and all become one word, y'all.
对，然后这个 you 和 all 连起来，读音就变成 y'all. How are y'all doing?
Yes, but they will also drop the word are and the G at the end of doing because of their accent. So it becomes, how y'all doing?
How ya doing? That's not easy to say.
Well, you don't say it. You are not from the South. I don't say it. It's their way. But, you may need to understand it.
所以就是说我们不能这么说，对吧？ Why we shouldn't use it?
Not if you were raised in the South. See, we can't say their way properly, and they would consider it us mocking them.
I see. 所以这个y'all大家能听懂就可以啦，但是自己不要这么来说，不然他们觉得你是在嘲笑他们。Okay, so what's another one?
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart. That sounds nice. 这听起来很好啊，就相当于说 Thank you very much when someone does something nice for you, right?
Yeah, that's usually what it means, and always what it means outside the South. But in the South, it can mean something different.
Something different? Like something negative?
Yeah, it can also have an edge to it and be accompanied by a kind of good-natured shake of the head and a fake smile. It's a sympathetic phrase, usually said when the speaker believes the recipient to be, sweet, but kind of misguided or stupid.
就是说这个会变得很假，对吧？这个 bless your heart 在其他地方都是好词，就表示谢谢，但是在南方呢，配上一个虚假的笑容 Oh, bless your heart 其实就想说你很傻，被骗了都不知道。 It's like a way of saying you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. And although it sounds sweet and friendly, it's really not. And it will be said with a big friendly smile, too.
A big fake smile.
Yeah.
It's like sending the smile emoji on WeChat.
Yeah.
Right? 就像年轻人觉得发微笑那个表情，其实呢，他们是在呵呵。但如果你不懂，还真的以为别人在对你微笑。
Exactly.
Okay, let's stay with another common one.
Okay, give me some sugar.
Okay, gimme is give me, right?
Yeah.
对，在这个口语中有一个 give me 给我，会直接连读成 gimme. So give me some sugar, 给我一些糖，这是要别人撒糖吗？
Some sugar here means a kiss.
Oh, so it's give me a kiss.
Right. It's often used between family members and good friends, and usually it's an older person that will say it to a younger one.
这个还挺有爱的，就是爷爷奶奶会对小宝宝说，来亲一个。Like grandparents to grandchildren.
Yeah, although in the South, they say grandbabies. Another thing to notice is that in the South, they don't often say R's at the end of the word. So sugar sounds more like sugar.
就是末尾这个 RS 会把它 drop 就不说，所以他们会说成 give me some sugar.
Yeah, you got it. Another one is show enough.
Show enough. Let me guess. Show enough?
Close, but it's sure enough. But they use it the same way that I would often use the word really to either confirm something, really, or as a question, really?
Sure enough. Sure enough?
Yeah.
所以这就体现出语调的重要性啊。我们先讲这个 really， 它如果语调下降，表示是在确认，对的 ，Yeah, really。但如果你上扬 really 是在问问题。这个 sure enough 也是一样的用法 sure enough, sure enough 在南方呢他就会把它说成 sure enough.
There's a really important word that can be confusing to visitors in the South. Coke.
Coke. It's not confusing. You mean like Coca-Cola?
Yeah, but anywhere else when you say Coke, we all know the drink. But in the South, it can mean any carbonated drink, like Sprite, 7-Up, root beer, orange soda, any soft drink with, the bubbles.
Yeah, that can be confusing. Coke, 大家一般认为就是可乐嘛，但南方又不一样了，各种雪碧呀，然后带气泡的软饮啊，都可以叫做 Coke. Alright, any more phrases? Perhaps some humorous ones.
Alright, how about this one? You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, I know this one. 字面意思是说你在对着一棵错的树在叫。其实就想说你搞错了，找错人了。
Well, that's what it means to the rest of us, yeah. But when a Southerner says it, he or she means it as a warning, more like back off.
Back off, 叫别人走开一点。So it's like a serious threat.
Yeah, quite serious. If someone says that, stop talking or doing whatever you're doing because things could get physical.
They might hate you.
Sure enough.
所以以后去美国南部听到这句话，真的就最好走开点了。Okay, anything else we should know about speaking in South?
There are hundreds of sayings and phrases. But one thing to pay attention to is the accent and pronunciation. You know how some people say better and water instead of better and water?
That sounds like British accent. 有点像英国人这种末尾不卷舌啊。Better 和 water 这样读法，对吧？
Yeah, well, people say this is the American way, but actually it comes from the South. Also, as I mentioned before, they don't usually say the R at the end of words. Like teacher becomes teacher.
Teacher. Okay, good to know.
Well, that's all for today.
Alright, 今天知识又增加了呢。
Hello, welcome to Morning English. 早安英文呢是一个为大家免费提供英语教学的频道，每天都会更新。如果你想获得关于英语听说读写的内容，我们都会在这个频道更新。我们的目标是帮助全球的华人学好英语。如果你觉得还不错的话，记得给我们订阅哦。另外，点开小铃铛，这样的话就不会错过其他任何学习视频啦。对了，如果你想获取本节课的完整版笔记，在视频简介或者评论区领取哦。你也可以给这个视频点赞，点赞就相当于自动保存啦。
So thank you so much for listening. This is Colin.
This is Summer. See you next time.
Bye.